With all that's happening in Israel and Palestine, the world wants to know. So embark on a journey as we delve into the true essence of jihad. Unveil with us the profound wisdom hidden within this term, often misunderstood. At the University of Maryland, Tariq Malik, an Ahmadi youth, asks the students about the meaning of jihad in order to illuminate its significance beyond warfare, a struggle for goodness, a quest for peace. So, set aside preconceptions and join this enlightening expedition into the heart of jihad.
And nowadays there's often this word which is used like widely, on social media, but also some Muslims as well. It's called jihad. Are you aware of the meaning of jihad?
I had heard it, but I actually, to be honest, I don't know exactly what it means.
It actually means struggle.
Okay.
And that struggle could be of yourself. Like say, for example, like if I'm even like working out or even if I'm going to school, I'm struggling, right? I'm going to struggle through my exams unless I cheat, of course, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also this other aspect of jihad, which is a holy war, where you go out and you fight and defend yourself, right, and whatever. But that term is thrown in the media and everything a lot more. Also certain so-called like
in a
Muslims,
negative context?
yes, in a negative context. Even some terrorist group, they use it.
Right.
And they use it, we're just doing this, we're terrorizing people just because of jihad.
Right.
There's also another term which is often used in the news media, and sometimes it's also misused. It's called jihad. Have you ever heard that word, or do you know what it means?
Yeah, I've heard that term in the media.
And how do you understand of it, like when you hear it from the news media? What does it mean?
Jihad
Yeah, jihad.
usually is associated with the media with like violence and expansion.
There's also this like very popular term that goes around in the Muslim world. It's called jihad. Do you know the definition of jihad?
I do not, sorry.
Okay, all right, and it's okay, it's okay. It's just a very general thing we're trying, also it's trying to spread awareness. Jihad is, majority of the Muslim world, they consider it as a holy war, or, which requires one Muslim to fight in a physical war. But then also people, they know the other definition of jihad, which is like the true and the bigger definition, the main definition of jihad is just struggle.
So I've never heard of either one before, but I think it's very interesting to hear the definitions and understand that there are similarities between all of us, even if we don't practice the same religions.
Yeah. So what do you think the word jihad means?
Well, I will say Western media has taken the word and made it something it is not. And I think when you don't have the language background, it's easy to take it for what it isn't. But linguistically, jihad is, from my knowledge, it means to struggle. Anything that is a struggle, anything like a hardship, you can say that is jihad. And then I know it can be used in terms of war, but it could also, it's just saying it's just used to describe a struggle. Like a struggle can be in a war, a struggle can be in your daily life. So you can use jihad to describe that.
In our time, is jihad of the self is more applicable, or jihad of the sword is more applicable? Like what happens?
I mean, I think it's unique to different people. There's people who are struggling internally, people who are struggling in different ways, but can't really speak to, I mean, wars occur still today. So I think when we're talking about the Quran, at least jihad mentioned in the Quran is something that is timeless. So I feel like whatever struggle you're going through, it's something that can happen at any time in your life. So whether it's modern or back then in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, then it is applicable.
Thank you so much. So jihad is very specific. Even the founder of Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said that jihad, the main meaning of jihad is self-struggle, the inner self. And the secondary or the lesser meaning is the holy war. So me and you, Michael, going about our daily lives, just even trying to survive in this world, do all the good that we can, believe it or not, we're both practicing some aspect of jihad in this very country, in this very nation. The founder of Islam, when he was teaching Islam and he was practicing Islam, he said the main jihad is the struggle of the self, like what we are doing every day.
So they're misappropriating it then.
Exactly. So the Messiah's advent happened more than 120 years ago, and what he taught us that right now there is no room for jihad of the sword. like jihad of like physical war, because nobody in this world is actually getting persecuted or being killed just because they're Muslims. It's a political agenda, political war. And he said, right now I'm raising jihad of the pen, and that's when he wrote 86 books.
I think it's really great to, I guess, put more emphasis on written battles rather than physical ones. It's proctoring more peace between a whole bunch of different sections.